Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. I am your reviewer, KPZ, and you're watching a Slightly Above Average Ship Review right now. All right, we're here on Shards in a domination match in the French Tier 4 Premium Destroyer Siroco. Probably going to mispronounce that several times. Shards domination match, down tier, no aircraft carriers. I've had kind of a feeling out period with the Siroco. I've come to the conclusion it is a torpedo boat. Do not be fooled by the main battery reload booster. The ship does not have the DPM to pull off being a gunboat. And if you do use the base commander, which I started using in the beginning, as you saw if you looked at my other videos, even with those two main battery reload boosters at tier 4, you don't have the hit points to pull that off. If you have not watched my port comparison of the Siroco versus the Barask and the Jaguar, I strongly encourage you to watch that. I think that review has been very well received. I actually got an award on Reddit for it, and some kudos from Ahmad, so I'm pretty happy about the video. It's hard to get all those screenshots and upload them. And anyway, back to this review. We are going into Bravo, going to try to cap this out. This may be one of the only times that I can recall an uncontested solo cap of Bravo on Shards. And we're going to keep doing that. So we are running a torpedo focus build with a Filippo Bueno. Maybe it's not perfect. We'll talk about that after the match when we review the ship and the commander in the port. Maybe one change that I would do over again if I could, and one skill that I definitely want to warn you away from when we talk about that. All right, so looking at the teams, they get a Farragut and a Genevi on the enemy team, both gunboats, both destroyers that could probably beat me up pretty bad and kill me without trying very hard. All right, we do get that solo base cap. Pretty stoked about that, so we're just going to push through Bravo here. You know, I hate to say it, I've come to the conclusion that on a lot of maps, unless my teammates specifically communicate to me that they're going to support me as a solo player and a DD main 60% of the time, I just count on not having support, because I rarely get it. Maybe it's because they know it's me. All right, pushing through here, we are spotted. There is the Genevi. I'm not denigrating this player. I'm just not sure what he's doing. The Genevi is a gunboat. He hasn't even shot at me yet. We do torp at him. We turn away, hit that speed boost, shoot again. He gets killed. Devastrate number 1. Kill number 1. And we're going to accelerate away from his torpedoes. And they harmlessly sail into the ocean. All right. Congo. First mistake of the match coming up here by me. Go bow onto the Congo, but I should have immediately started turning. And I'm looking all over the place. And what's going to happen here is we are going to drift into the detectability of the Congo because give me speed activated. That's a 10% speed boost when you're close to the enemy. So right here, the eyeball comes up, the Congo spots us, and that torpedo salvo is going to miss because he is going to turn away. And if you look, you can see him starting to turn on the minimap. And so I will call that mistake number 1 in this match by me. All right, Montecuccoli, we're going to binocular view, totally turned away. I screwed that up. All right, New Mexico appears to be dead in the water. Pardon the sounds of my cervical spine cracking and popping. We're going to torp and turn away. Montecuccoli out of range, Congo out of range. So we are going to head towards Charlie. While we do that, let's talk about our commander. Let's talk about why this isn't a gunboat. Well, we've kind of beaten it to death. The DPM of this ship is around 58,000. The DPM of the Brask is about 71,000. The DPM of the Jaguar is about 89,000. You only have the one main battery reload booster. Just in my opinion, you just can't sustain enough to be a gunboat. And you don't have enough health at tier 4 to do it either. All right, that torpedo salvo on the Montecuccoli is going to totally miss. So let's talk about commander skill choices and what not to choose. So do not be fooled when you look at a Bueno skill tree. Do not use Go All Out in row 2. Why? Well, it gives you an extra 20% concealment. So if you use Go All Out, your concealment ordinarily will be 5.2 kilometers. Your concealment when you hit the speed boost will be 4.2 kilometers. That sounds great. However, it is a 50% lengthening of the reload of your speed boost. And essentially to get it to work, as we try to reset the cap here in Charlie, you would have to speed boost right out of the gate and have a match that went 15 minutes in order to be able to use all 3 speed boosts. So I really do not recommend using Go All Out in your builds. All right. That being said, I do think Give Me Speed is a good choice. When you have it maxed out, you can get 2 extra speed boosts. So I do like it. Haven't had a problem getting my propulsion disabled a lot. We launched both sets of torps at that New Mexico, but it's the Farragut over here that I've got to pay attention to. We will turn back to check. As you can see, very tight spread on those torpedoes, kind of an interlocking spread. And as much as I would love to keep watching that in the bino view, the Farragut threw up a smoke cloud. And again, this is kind of a weird strategy that I don't understand. Meanwhile, Dev Strike number 2, kill number 2 on the New Mexico. So the Farragut player has a strategy of hiding in his own smokescreen. He's not shooting at any enemy ships. The Farragut, if I'm remembering correctly, has a really short torpedo range, like 6.4 kilometers maybe. So I don't think he's torping at anyone. And so we're just going to nose in towards the smokescreen. I'm planning to use that one main battery reload booster here because I'm going to need it to out DPM a Farragut. You know, in the combat clips, I think there's one where I do fight a Farragut. All right, so he pops up straight broadside. Point him out to my teammates. We're going to send 1 rack, and we're waiting. And I'm not using the main battery reload booster because he's already half health. And he doesn't move. That is a very bold strategy, Cotton. Dev Strike number 3, killed number 3. Not sure what was going on there. And look at that. Our teammate was like, good job, buddy. And I'm like, no problem. Nice work. All right, so looking at the map here, I'm like, yeah, there's a battleship over near Alpha. We're kind of headed towards Charlie. I think I should turn back. Hasn't been capped out yet. Maybe we can prevent it from being capped. But maybe this was another mistake. I don't know. You can tell me if you think it was a mistake to go towards Charlie instead of going towards Alpha. 1 battleship and a cruiser over near Alpha, 2 battleships and a cruiser near Charlie. We're kind of up against it. So Montecuccoli pops up. I don't think that ship has been damaged this game. New Mexico doesn't appear to have taken a lot more damage since we torpedoed it with 1 torpedo. So we kind of get our work cut out for us here. We do have that speed boost still active. Here we're going to inadvertently dodge some torpedoes from the Montecuccoli. And he's going to come up And we're going to put a full broadside salvo in, and then we're going to launch one rack directly at him and one rack towards the edge of the smoke screen in case he moves. But mistake number 2, I switched to armor piercing. And let's talk about the armor piercing. It works great against down tier cruisers. It works great against broadside cruisers. It does not work great against angle cruisers or cruiser superstructure. All right, we did get 2 torpedo hits on the Montecuccoli. Maybe this is mistake number 3, continuing to push in. I don't know. I'm just trying to finish him off. Just trying to have him pop up here out of his smoke. He will pop up here in a second. There's the detectability. There is the Montecuccoli. He is almost dead. He is angled, and I'm just not going to get the performance here from the armor piercing, either at the superstructure or the hull that I was hoping for. So I should have shot HE, and that is my mistake here. All right, right here, I realized the battleship is super close. So we're going to send one salvo at him. And mistake number 3, I should have refocused my aim, and I forgot to do that. And so while we do kill the battleship, he also kills us. And we do not kill the Montecuccoli, and we don't get our second torpedo rack off, which ideally we could have done at that other battleship, the New Mexico. So anyway, here on the defeat screen, we end up with a high caliber and 3 devastating strike medals, 110,000 plus damage, 11 torpedo strikes, 4 kills, and 1 solo base cap, 368,000 plus silver, 3907 ship XP and commander XP. Down tier, even in a loss, I think those are good results. 2003 base XP with those 4 big kills. It would have been nice if my teammates had done a little bit more to support. Unfortunately, I think you can see that they did not. So, is what it is. Luck of the draw, all that good stuff. All right, so I wish I could have got a Kraken for you guys, but so far have not been able to get one in this ship. However, I think I will eventually. It's only a matter of time. All right, here's a look at the commander, having built out for triple concealment. As you can see in row 1, I am using contact as imminent. I think for this build, I will use subsurface venture in the future. I know it's a penalty to the reload, but again, we're not trying to be a gunboat. We didn't really rely on our guns to kill any enemies in this game. As you can see, the rest of the skills there. Give me speed at rank 4 will give you 2 engine boosts. I think that is a very underrated skill. Here, taking a look at the mods and the upgrades for the Siroco. 1 main battery reload booster, 3 engine boosts, and we did run that common battle booster. Really love the camo for this ship, and we got that Bastille Day flag. All right, 10,710 hit points with our build. Got those 4 130mm guns, 9.3 kilometer range, 8-second reload, 18-second turn time, 1990 HE shell damage, 9% fire chance. AP shells do 2,300 damage. So with subsurface venture, it'd be an 8.8 second reload time. You lose about 4,000 DPM for the ship. All right, torpedo launchers, 2 triple tube launchers, reload in 75 seconds. They do 16,000 damage, 8.1 kilometer range, 62 knots, and a 1,200 meter detectability. This is where you make your money in this ship. AA defense, like almost all French destroyers, no AA. Max speed sucks. 36 knots in a French destroyer, lame. You have a nice 3-second rudder shift time, though. 4.8 on the surface, 2.6 from the air, 2.3 for your detectability when firing in smoke. That is a look at the Siroco. Hope you enjoyed it. Siroco, sorry. Hit that like button if you did. I'll see you on the next video.